Stop the Bleed is a FEMA DHS program meant to provide citizens that they are the help until help arrives, teaching the basics of bleeding control, either be it direct pressure, a tourniquet usage, or wound packing. The ABCs of bleeding control go over knowing where the bleeding is coming from, alerting the need for 911, so calling 911, and of course compression for a direct injury. So finding out once you've identified the bleeding, once 911 has been called, how you want to stop the bleeding, and one of the earlier discussed mentions of direct pressure, tourniquet usage, or wound packing.
We were very excited when we heard about this, and it came about because part of our mission is to engage and help citizens in the city of Takoma Park be able to help themselves. As Kornfeld said, you are the help until help arrives. This doesn't involve a lot of fancy equipment or a lot of external connections. This means, unfortunately, there have been shootings, there are fires, there are other accidents that if people can be nearby and help, why not provide them with the assistance? And so this is a perfect kind of project that the Emergency Preparedness Committee can offer the citizens of the city of Takoma Park so that they can help others, which in Takoma Park is one of our, is in our DNA. Helping others, being connected to others. Here's a way that you can help others, which could in fact prevent something more serious or even death.
I learned a great deal today from the Stop the Bleed program. One of the things is how quickly you need to make sure that, to make the decision about applying a tourniquet. As we were talking about different experiences, the EMTs who are here with us in the class, I was just surprised at how quickly you need to actually make a decision and apply a tourniquet to help save someone's life.
For any injuries on the extremities, be that arms or legs, you're able to use a tourniquet. Any wounds related to the neck, groin, or the abdomen, you are not able to use a tourniquet because that could be providing more injuries to the patient. When in doubt, direct pressure will be able to contain the bleeding, but you may want to be using additional stuff such as hemostatic dressing. Hemostatic dressing is above average bandages that has bleeding control agents in it. It's more commonly known as Quick Clot, which is currently on version 3.
To me, this is very exciting because for a number of reasons. Number one, the Emergency Preparedness Committee is sponsoring this training, and that's important. I think it gets the word out about the committee in the community. When I first heard about this a few months ago, I was extraordinarily excited because emergency preparedness and Stop the Bleed training, first aid training, CPR training, however you want to categorize it, is so important these days.
They are learning how to be the help until help arrives. We're looking to offer these classes on a monthly basis in Takoma Park and the greater community as a way of helping the citizens across the county understand what it takes and how they can save a life. While this class never guarantees that a life will be saved, it provides someone with the tools to be successful in any type of situation.
Those who were here today and those from the previous one, again, have said this appears to be very helpful, and it's something that you feel you can take control over. You see, that's the difference from perhaps some other things. You can be in charge, know enough about what's going on that you feel you can help.
I hope you never wind up using it, but you may. And it's important that you have some idea how to use it and how to respond to a situation where you may need a tourniquet or to apply direct pressure to a wound in a laceration wound situation. Please get involved with the Emergency Preparedness Committee. Please take your CPR courses from the firehouse. Please sign up for this training too. I think the more, I know everybody's busy, but the more training you can get, the better. And the training has been made easier and a little more simple to be able to obtain today, because people are busy. But with everything going on, I think it's very important to have CPR, first aid, certainly Stop the Bleed training, and always be prepared for an emergency. And if you have any questions, you can always contact the Emergency Preparedness Committee or go to the website at Takoma Park, under the Takoma Park website, under the Emergency Preparedness, because that'll lead you to different websites where you can learn about emergency preparedness, or contact the committee, because we'll be glad to help you out.
we recommend everyone take it, and we are happy to teach this class to any group, be it Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, church group, anything out there. We're happy to teach this program. It's designated for people ages 13 and above, and is taught across the nation successfully to all types of participants.
I think this is important information for any of us to have. As was discussed in the class today, injuries do happen from people just tripping, falling. We had the example of someone who was moving and cut themselves using a box cutter, to unfortunately the times we are living in where we have seen mass shootings and other events take place. So we need to make sure we're prepared in our community to prevent deaths and to help those. I want to really thank the Emergency Preparedness Committee for staying on top of these new trainings and bringing them to our community. I think that's really important and really helps us in the city when residents are this involved and making sure that we're doing all we can to keep people safe in our community.